Quas's farm. Not much has been working for Team Liquid lately, losing 4 out of 5. And it definitely looks like the bans thus far are heavily targeting IWillDominate.
Yeah, that one win as well coming against Coast. So more likely than not, still thinking about what has troubled them in these past games to right those wrongs. Rek'Sai Lulu does get shown on the ban list from Dignitas. Gamsu, definitely not getting a good focus lane here. Makes me think that they may want to get a 2v1 and really put him down.
Yeah, I think the Lulu ban is pretty heavily at Quas as well. And
Yeah,
also, they're trying to eliminate a lot of the Team Liquid strategies here, whether or not it's Dominate farming a bunch or Quas protecting Piglet with a giant Lulu shield. But yeah, Riv, that's 2 jungle bans, 4 top lane bans.
Yep. A lot of love for the Gamsu man this time. Whether that love is along with a little hatred to make sure his lane fails, we'll see.
He still has champions that he has played. His Renekton is potentially best in the North American LCS. You wouldn't need to pick that right away, though. It's actually something Quas played yesterday to very little impact because they lost a lane swap and he was behind already. Would they actually? I mean, Azingy's been playing...
He loves the blob.
Really good Zac. And if they're going to pick it anyway, regardless of matchup, why not pick it first with all the target bans?
Zac is also a very easy change your mind kind of champion. I'm in? No, I'm out. In and out. Or you can just do a flyby and get what you want. We'll see. He's tried to put himself in the right position, but has also been caught out with those situations. Good to have the Hecarim going right over to Quas for this one. Xpecial gets Annie, and it seems like those 2 picks, they got exactly what they wanted there in the first round.
Is definitely looking to initiate this game. 2 incredibly powerful initiation champions right there. Hecarim and Annie. We'll see if Dignitas also decides to go in with initiation or if they try a more disengaged, focused style.
I don't know if there was like a pact coming in today when everybody went through the door. It's like, hey, at some point, we're going to get Soraka.
Group over there.
There is a banana group, that is true. He does have a lot of supporters here, along with the teams. See what Dignitas can throw into the mix.
That guy. I mean, I said group in a very loose term. It's the man in a Soraka costume.
When there's one banana, there's always a bunch, Jatt. Yeah. There's always a bunch.
Dignitas taking their time with these last 2 picks.
Yes, they are. Shiphtur bringing out that Katarina yesterday. Even himself said it was a little shaky. He got a tweet from Skara, another Katarina master, that said, man, you could have gone a lot harder. And Shiphtur said, yeah, probably. I was a bit rusty, though. I haven't played her in a while.
Doesn't count. Still won. Yeah. Azingy and Shiphtur lock in those champions for Team Dignitas. I like the Sivir for the move speed and potential disengage, whereas Team Liquid just goes harder on the initiation. I love the Sejuani pick by IWillDominate. Mainly just because it combos so well with the other initiation they already have. And this is the 5.5 patch. Before even minor Sejuani nerfs, I feel like Sejuani is potentially the most powerful jungler on this patch.
Also with the easiest missed ultimate of junglers.
Oh, it did break.
What will it be? Shiphtur back to Diana. It has been a while for sure if he were to lock that in. The banana crowd gets some love. I don't think we're going to get that pick, though. What will Gamsu choose? Kennen still left up. He's been not a high priority pick, but definitely up there a bit. I would love to see the Diana. Yeah. We've definitely seen Diana in a few other regions. This is like at high school when the guy's doing the volume thing. Yeah. Turn it up, turn it down, turn it up.
Hey. They already had Thresh, so the likelihood of a Soraka was minimal.
Hey, it is Dignitas. That could have been middle.
Yeah.
Maybe last year.
It's been so long since this was a thing.
Yeah.
The cheers on fake champion hovers. You'd listen to Team Liquid's comms. They're just like, we could actually make this work.
Then they give it to Quas. No. It could be the list coming in. Looking at Quas as well, he kind of took a hiatus from playing different champions, but back to it. This is the first time he'll be on Hecarim, so.
Yeah. For Team Liquid, it's all about focusing in on what they actually want to play in LCS because they've been all across the board. Their coach has actually come under some pretty heavy criticism lately, Peter, just for his champion selects. I mean, yesterday it looked very poor as far as a counter matchup to the enemy. Here, though, Team Liquid trying to stack as much CC as possible. The question will be, do they have enough damage to go with it? That's a lot of ice on one team. Ice and fire.
4 ladies and a horse, a.k.a. Team Liquid.
Jeez.
We'll see if they can produce some results with this composition. Definitely a lot of ice, though, as you were talking about.
It's like their team comp was written by George R.R. Martin right here. Like, look at this.
Some Shadow Isles. And a bit of fire. Fire and ice from Team Liquid coming in. And the amalgamation of creations over here from the side of Team Dignitas and Zach. Some cheese from the Moon and Diana. We'll get a rest of the plays. I want to see what Shiphtur can do, though. Back on a champion that can, if gets going, carry a game. We've seen Scar go into final form when he was on Dignitas playing Diana in certain games and can really put some damage out.
Shiphtur is just playing Scar's old champions. That is the way of the world nowadays. And yeah, looks like we're about to get into this game where Team Liquid need the win. Probably more than Team Dignitas, because obviously the tie and the choice of challenger team is important, but making the playoffs is at the top of Team Liquid's mind, and they cannot do that without a win.
The handshake of good camaraderie from the coaches. That's done for the players as well, as they all say, good luck, have fun, as we enter onto the Rift. It's time to sign into Twitter as well, on your second monitor or on your phones here in the LCS studio, to vote for who you think will be triumphant this game. Send either hashtag DigWin or hashtag TLWin to @LOL Esports. We'll calculate those throughout the game. And a Swamp Master Kennen, I like that. Coming out of Gamsu, not something we see all the time. These guys are spicing things up, getting what they want. We've got a few comfort picks coming into this game, and it means a lot for the tiebreakers. It's Team Dignitas versus Team Liquid.
And looking at these team compositions, the thing I like the most about Team Liquid's comp is that they are giving themselves the ability to initiate. They found some small success, you know, playing kite-based team compositions, but honestly, what they have excelled at is everyone going in. FeniX himself is an incredibly aggressive player, and he often goes in before the team is ready, but this time, if FeniX goes in, everyone will have the ability to follow up.
Something that Team Liquid likes to do. They don't make too many calls, but when they make them, the team is usually all on board. Maybe this is the time they can start to get an upper hand. Hopefully in the early game, definitely have good objective fighting here against Dignitas. Looks like the lanes may not match up here in the beginning. One of our first games that doesn't actually go duo.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on Dominate and Azingy here to figure some stuff out in the early game.
Question is, will they open up like there is a lane swap? I wonder. One freedom you have as Diana, and we're very unlikely to see it here, but because Diana can flex between mid and top lane as well as Kennen, you could either see a lane swap there, or you could even see, we've seen teams do like an AD carry mid lane to try and beat up on a mage that is shorter range. Doesn't look like we'll see that in this game, but it's something Team Liquid would have to consider, which is kind of why Team Liquid was just doing defensive wards here and hoping to not get bamboozled by something strange from Team Dignitas.
I'm still interested to see what happens with Gamsu as well. 3 top laners banned at him. Is it still to focus that top lane? He got Kennen. Pretty easy to farm in a 2v1 situation by yourself as him. So another thing to keep an eye on. Quas, as he does on Sion, will now do on Hecarim. And he's going to whirly bird the Raptor camp here. Take them out.
Yeah, definite lane swap as well.
Oh, dear.
Ooh.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He can't just walk up to the CS.
Yeah, he was trying to steal a little bit of experience. That's going to hurt Gamsu, not double jungling, and walks into a poor lane swap. Whereas, whereas you can see there is double jungling going on for Team Liquid. So that is advantage Team Liquid early. Advantage Quas, basically.
Right. Good call.
He is the one getting experience, whereas Gamsu would ideally be denied. Although Xpecial did go to get a deep ward, which tracks now Team Liquid's jungle, but it hurt their denial of Gamsu a little bit.
There we go. Textbook plays. We have KiWiKid roaming up a little bit here to help on the blue buffs. Quas and Dominate now just on the bottom side of Gamsu.
If they time this right, they can get a turret dive in on
with the wave, right?
Gamsu. Yep. How big will they build up that wave? Oh, they're not even building up a wave. They're just freezing him out. Gamsu will not be able to get experience here unless... Well, this is interesting, actually, because there's a recall by Xpecial. So if Gamsu doesn't respect that Xpecial's in that brush, he can get CS. But if he does respect him, he's going to have to die himself. So he is actually forced to take a big risk by that recall from Xpecial because he did not let it be seen that he was gone.
And Piglet as well.
Piglet is playing like Xpecial is there.
Great. Yep. That's exactly what I was going to say. And Gamsu is completely respecting it. It's going to be tough for him. There's going to be a 3-man quickly towards bottom here. I wonder if they're actually baiting Gamsu, or Quas rather, into this one. Perfectly done. Quas flies through like he's blindly running into the situation, but it was the bait that's going to get the first blood onto CoreJJ.
Wow. The timing was perfect by Team Liquid. Everyone was in tow as soon as they committed for that turret dive. They get trapped with a Sejuani and an Annie. The lane swap was perfectly timed, perfectly mind game, and lucky from Team Liquid. And they get first blood and 800 gold lead.
Baited and outsmarted.
That's actually what happened.
It is said. 4 minutes in, Team Liquid with something on the plate. They already get that in their favor, and Gamsu is still having a rough time here in the bottom lane. So Quas, camp up, levels up, now also a kill up over his top laner along with that CS. It's going to be tough for Gamsu rather to get into these fights. And Xpecial is going to go for more deep wards, so it's going to be hard for Azingy to even help Gamsu in the later part of the game. The Wisp is really the only thing right now. It's kind of offering that help.
Xpecial gets to see the Wisp, which tells him pretty much exactly where Azingy could be.
That's true too.
Yeah, he
more
has
info.
The deep ward, so he knows there's a chance that Zach would be defending the turret. Yeah, Azingy doesn't even try to get a counter gank in. He just straight up protection for Gamsu. Taking the CS.
Stealing his siege minion. Great job. True, bro. Big lane paycheck there, not even taxed. So Gamsu might need this for quite a bit here, as he's going to be levels down and easily harassed by Annie and Kalista over from Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, really just an awful lane swap there by Team Dignitas to start this game. They decided, I mean, they got lane swapped on without any ward knowledge of where the lane swap would be.
Nobody went deep for wards early in the game.
No one went deep for wards.
None at all.
It was defensive. And they didn't start with the double jungle for insurance. They just had him in the lane. And then they didn't even have a plan B. It's not like Gamsu said, oh man, they're doing this, I'm going to go take a jungle camp. Azingy started on the other side of the map, so they couldn't even have double jungle as a fallback.
Yep.
Everything went wrong before Quas baited the dive. And then it just became a disaster.
Azingy, oh, that's going to be the blocks. I don't know if they have enough, though, on that. They only got a few minions. Looks like Xpecial is going to try to get AoE on them still to at least clear it.
Well, they wanted to be as low as possible when he respawned.
Right.
To get damage on the blocks. It looked like Xpecial pressed the turbo button, or Piglet pressed the turbo button there with his attacks. It was like auto QE in such quick succession that he really bursted Azingy for more than he was expecting. Impressive Kalista play there by Piglet.
Like he is feeling good about that lane right now, knowing they have the upper hand. Azingy will still focus top, but that leaves bottom open for a bit of gank pressure. A nice pushback onto KiWiKid. The permafrost goes down. The teleport's coming in here, and they cannot get to Gamsu. He may be able to offer a lot in this fight. Throws on the electrical surge as he goes in. Dominate should be going down here, but he's just doing all the damage he can before he does. Wait a minute.
If he jukes,
Boomerang.
He's got to juke a lot.
Nope. And got him.
No jukes, he just got auto-attacked.
Quas had to leave him out.
I mean, a pretty good gank there by Dominate, trying to play off of the fact that Quas was not far behind and just jungle gank top laning to keep pressure everywhere on the map. But that puts them at risk of a teleport counter gank. Because Gamsu picked up a kill, it'll help him a little bit. The big thing Team Liquid has to do is either kill Azingy or put a lot of damage on this turret to punish that teleport.
Right. I was about to say he
has no passive anymore. What's Azingy doing?
Well, he's got the bounce. He's definitely going to get a kill on Xpecial. No! Fate's call! You got to be kidding me. What a play!
There's a roam, though, coming up from Shiphtur. No face call this time.
He hits it. The ultimate went in, but I don't think he has the ult cooldown again. It did not match his crescent slash timing, so he cannot follow up again on Piglet. He may still want it. Piglet walks towards Diana one way to easily dodge the Q. That Fate's call, man.
Dignitas fighting back a little bit, but I agree with you. Beautiful timing on the ultimate from Piglet to outplay under the turret right there. Whew. And with all that, you know, a 1,500 gold lead this early on in the game with the traded kills. Quite beneficial. You can see Piglet with an early BF sword to a pickaxe of CoreJJ now as they are swapping back, actually. So they don't decide to finish the turret. They say they got what they needed out of this lane swap. They have an item advantage on the AD carry, and it's time to pressure that. Annie Kalista is a very powerful tool.
Yeah, you can say that. Pretty powerful in the dives, too. man, when a play surprises the commentator, you know it was good. Fantastic job coming out by this top lane. You were just talking about Piglet's Kalista play. On point in every aspect of this game. Hopefully he can keep it up. Team Liquid would love this win, as we were talking about the tiebreaker implications earlier. 3-2 here as we come into 9 minutes.
Oh, there is a level 6 Sejuani here. That's the gank path.
Lockdown. No once again, the ultimate coming in into Glacial prison as well. There's a bit of the ice we were talking about. Gonna cool off Shiphtur.
Speaking of crowd control, easiest gank of IWillDominate's life. Right there. Shiphtur has no flash. FeniX starts with the first bit of lockdown. Ults him. Dominate actually walks up and point blanks his bola from Sejuani. We talked about that spell maybe missing. Impossible to miss unless you don't click in the right place.
Yeah. At that range for sure.
I mean, a very smart gank too, because they knew Shiphtur was down flash and they knew the pressure they can add with Lissandra.
Yep. Good to take a bite out of him as well. He just got a bit of a play towards top lane, so cutting him down a slot as they get some more kills over to Dominate and an assist to FeniX. Piglet and the rest of Liquid have switched their duo back to the bottom lane here, maybe for a bit of dragon pressure. As we see Quas going top and teleport up just about at the same time as Gamsu's will be. Azingy still, however, I don't think he's really been towards the bottom of the map unless it's to farm his red and just come back up here to make sure Gamsu is safe. It's been a lot of babysitting.
A lot of babysitting, that's for sure. IWillDominate is looking really strong at the start of this game. Getting 2 early kills on Sejuani, who is a mid-late game champion, is just going to propel him through that early game so much better and make the team fight of Team Liquid massive. I mean, it was real scary for Team Liquid, and it still is scary. They're not out of the woods yet.
Nope.
But coming into this week, with WinterFox and Team Dignitas on their lineup, only teams below them in the standings, they were thinking that maybe they could actually just clinch a playoff spot, not even need to play a tiebreaker game. There was a chance that the loss to WinterFox could have actually knocked them straight out of the playoffs, but the 2 teams that Team Liquid is competing with, Teammate and Gravity, also lost yesterday, and they play each other today, so there's a guarantee that one of those teams will have an 0-2 week, and if Team Liquid wins today, that will be the team that Team Liquid plays the tiebreaker for that last playoff spot.
I remember back, what was it, just at the beginning of Week 8, we were saying, yeah, Liquid's going to have one of the easiest ends to their season. Piglet gets caught after a nice hook from KiWiKid. They kept the lane very safe, and that's how easy that is to miss.
Yeah.
But they get the flash.
Shooting it out before the flash, IWillDominate. Jumping the gun. That's what you see most Sejuani players mess up at, is using that ultimate too early. Got to talk about that gank bottom lane, though. One hook, all it takes. Kalista jumps around as soon as you see Seer. So no more jumping. And Zach just comboed that in. Now, they want it. Where's the lantern? Someone take it.
That's
Someone
a
take
flash.
it.
Flash for flash. CoreJJ, the very low mana here from the 2 trailing Shiphtur, but he has the Crescent Strike up. He has the ultimate, and he just vacuums Xpecial in for the kill.
Dignitas sells out for that kill, but honestly, they knew there was no backup possible from Team Liquid. Piglet was dead. Dominate was just top. Quas was also just top. No one could punish Team Dignitas for starting that one. And like we saw yesterday, when Team Dignitas makes a play, they've actually been very good about going for an objective right afterwards. But teleport from Quas, time to run from a horse.
Gonna try to get control on this. Azingy just used the slingshot to get into the fight, and he's gonna go down inside the fray. Who are they gonna give this one to? I think it was a scramble, but Piglet rends out the last blob. Can't beat that. And they are gonna get Dragon. So even with positional advantage there, Dignitas is just quickly pushed away.
Yeah, Team Dignitas jumped the gun on that one. I thought it was a nice kill into Dragon Take, but considering they had burned so many ults and flashes just to get in position for that kill.
A lot used.
The contest, as soon as the teleport came, they needed to retreat, but they were at a place where they could not actually retreat because they were trapped inside a pit in between a dragon and the enemy team. So Quas was able to pick up that nice, easy kill.
Oh, little roam here. Sweeps it. Might be a back and forth, trying to keep Xpecial out of the fight. They get Gamsu on the Dark Passage. Keeping him safe there. He did get himself a kill recently, so he's starting to charge up to get to that Zanya's, and he will be quite effective, especially at getting the lockdown on this team, because Liquid has a lot to follow up on after they get the hit.
I'm thinking this is going to be a real fun game as well. Gamsu's coming back into it a little bit with the kill he was able to get. That disastrous lane swap is evening out a little bit. Just the fact that teams have brought so much initiation into this game. Team Liquid, everyone able to contribute, even the AD carry, because Piglet can turn someone else into a projectile and knock them up with that person. That's their side. And then Team Dignitas has good counter-engage or disengage as well. But 5 kills to 4, only 13 minutes in before the team fight phase, with only explosive team fights upcoming, will make for a spectacular display of fights.
3's a crowd. Gamsu again getting focused. They're getting a little prep damage onto him.
He's trying to bait.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of friends.
Maybe get that rush out. Mid lane's getting focused here by Azingy, and maybe seeing him is going to allow Gamsu to take the hits. Team Liquid act on that very quickly. Maybe Azingy tries to make a play here in the mid lane to get that back.
IWillDominate just goes all out with those Sejuani ultimates. Oh, there's Azingy.
He did get in. Lunar Rush into the Crescent Strike. Is it enough to follow up? The Moonfall pulls him back in, but bye-bye. Bye-bye.
The Ice Claw there from FeniX, they couldn't stop him. I didn't see it come out because Zach was hopping around, but he slipped it there. Almost looked like another Kalista ult pulled someone up. But yeah, FeniX escaping that hurts Team Dignitas right there. After Team Liquid spends so much to invest in a kill, Team Dignitas tries to do the same thing, 3-man gank mid lane. One works, the other doesn't. Advantage to
That's exactly it. One works, the other doesn't. If it keeps going that way, things are only going to get harder for Dig. Dragon already over for Team Liquid, #1 there. As the lane's slowly getting pushed here. It's like everybody's going back, clean up the resources. FeniX not exactly ready for blue, so Dominate's just going to go ahead and take the small camps, get what he needs. Probably getting a back and a buy for himself shortly. Good movement here by Team Liquid, not letting any of the minions go to waste, being in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah, it's going to be a very action-packed game. We're in a bit of a lull here because both teams just made their plays. They're waiting on their ultimate cooldowns. But if this game has been any indication thus far, IWillDominate is very willing to throw out the Sejuani ultimate right away, which will create action, but it will also create very dangerous and volatile action. If he ends up missing that ultimate after Eing or flashing in, he is incredibly exposed. And the counter-engage isn't quite there for Team Liquid, which could create some really interesting fights. I think IWillDominate is using his Sejuani ultimate far too early, because it is a very skinny skill shot and quite dodgeable.
Once it hits, you get all the way AoE in the world.
So you want to use it for either close up from Fog of War or as a follow-up to other initiation, which Team Liquid has a lot of follow-up. I'm not sure why IWillDominate feels so pressured to throw out his ultimate right away.
A good point was calling back to Gamsu's flash in the top lane. Even waiting for that would have been more optimal. So
absolutely.
Little situations. Maybe timing the flashes is something they really haven't gotten down yet. Also looking at what's going to happen when we get to the turrets in this game. We said it'd be volatile. These guys don't take down turrets very fast either, so I feel like those are always going to be just an all-out brawl as well.
Yeah, they'll have to fight over the turrets instead of just pushing.
It's pushing or poking. Can't really do that with any of the members from both these teams. A few boomerangs are coming out, but you're not doing turret damage with those. Trying to pick up some scuttle control in the middle of the map now towards Dragon, as it is a minute and a half out. Looks like Xpecial has the same idea. They're going to start sweeping and placing their own wards in that area. A lot can be had from both initiations. I'd say it's a bit more powerful to start if Team Liquid can really hit theirs. That Annie, the Sejuani, right? You're not moving until you're dead, and that's only because you're falling to the ground. With Dignitas, you kind of have a bit of time to roam after you take that first bit of damage.
A lot of the way Team Dignitas want to play these fights is kind of absorb the initiation from Team Liquid and then flank onto Piglet. Shiphtur wants to get in from the side, kill Piglet immediately with Zach, who jumps over the top, and then Gamsu will be there, hopefully in the middle, punishing Team Liquid for group diving inside that Kennen ultimate. It's a more difficult to execute team for Team Dignitas if they want to actually win this game.
Interesting ability tome purchase in the middle of a buy for Gamsu here. He has about 500 gold before he gets to his needlessly large rod, so he's tending to these top lanes right now.
He's trying to freeze it. He's so far behind Quas right now that if he gets out into the exposed area in that long lane, since the turret is dead, he won't be able to farm. He needs to keep it there as long as possible, but that puts the rest of his team at risk. A Hecarim roaming around is a very dangerous thing.
There's another lane as well. FeniX 188 to 151 in the mid lane. Making sure to get all that CS as Shiphtur was roaming. They've given their advantages to the team in different ways for sure. 6-4 here as we make our way just to 20 minutes in, and Dragon is spawned, so we're about to get some action. We'll see where Quas comes in here. Looks like he's looking for the home guard teleport from base.
Yeah, just chilling out at base. Hecarim is most threatening when he teleports in with home guard, so he is here in case a fight erupts. Azingy tries for a steal, does not get it. IWillDominate is a rock as far as Smite is concerned.
I like the hold on Quas as well. That didn't make him just shoot towards the pit. He's back to the top lane. So TL get everything they want there. Nicely played. And they have the options too. It's really great to feel the comfort of having a gigantic horse able to come in on the backside of your fight and surprise the entire team. It's what they need to get back into CoreJJ's area. So Dignitas decide to step off for that fight. Falling a little bit behind now in 2K gold, but it's the turrets that are really going to, I believe, spike a team through here. Yeah, once they can pick a few of those off.
Very low turret pushing in this game. Yeah. Considering it was a lane swap, a lot of times you'll see more than just the first turret trade because either they'll swap back at the same time and then do trades for trades, or someone will rotate mid in the middle of it and get pressured there. But this time it's mainly been team fights that result in kills or ganks that result in kills, not heavily the objectives. Plus the team comps are just actually not very well suited to pushing and sieging, as you mentioned.
Right. We'll see how they get around that. Can they fix these issues that their comps have? Once again, towards this dragon area. Not sure why they want this so much. Maybe to draw Team Liquid into a fight, knowing that's where their vision is. Yeah, Drake is gone right now, so they're not going to get much out of it. Aegis coming in on both sides. Actually finished up with the locket for Dominate there. Hurricane for Piglet, and the spike of a Infinity Edge for CoreJJ. Pretty slow on the items here too. Not even a full completed item 20 minutes in onto Gamsu.
Yeah, well, if the turret gold doesn't go into people's pockets, their overall gold...
Yeah, you're going to see that slow game.
It looks like we could be seeing giant team fights at any moment. If we don't, though, Team Liquid is going to be using these dragons to work towards their win condition. Early on in the season, when Team Liquid was successful, they had amazing dragon control. They'd pretty much get to 4 dragons, the other team would try and fight them, and then Team Liquid would win the game-ending fight. That's the playstyle that ends up suiting them when they're not overly forcing things. Even though they have a team that's capable of doing it right now, they're still in a position. They're still in a position where they don't have to do that, though, and they can wait on these dragon cooldowns as long as they keep farming.
Gamsu keeping things safe on the home front with a ward clear. Blue is going to go over to FeniX now. Really waiting for a team to try and make a move. A lot of safety coming from both. This turret should actually be going down quite soon. We can see Liquid start to gather here in the mid lane, and that looks like we're going to get Shiphtur to gather as well. Gamsu won't use his teleport. Okay, just going down to see what was going on, put down a ward. He will stay in the top lane, so we may get a teleport in from him. Pushing the bottom lane from FeniX here. Definitely gives the knowledge to Dignitas that might be able to pick somebody off, but Team Liquid moving in too much of a group.
Yeah, they're really hoping to catch someone in transit. Team Liquid not hoping to force a fight per se, but to find a fight with Team Dignitas walking close. And they're pretty close to IWillDominate right now, but Dominate is not close to his team. Xpecial might catch. There's the lantern and the ult.
Doing that in front of a Sej, not a very smart idea, but the initiation coming from Dignitas could be better. Quas right into the middle of the fight, fears 4, and the backline's getting hit up. Gamsu's forced to fly out of this one without Zanya's finished. He goes right down. We already lost Xpecial in the fight from Team Liquid, but they are able to kind of regroup, make sure they drop 3 of Team Dignitas.
And for just 1, that is a 1 fight for Team Liquid. They did get a nice Sejuani ultimate and really comboed down. Not to mention, Piglet was able to stay safe, and they want more.
They absolutely want more. Finally getting to a turret. They're not going to waste this time. Almost getting that rend. I actually did get the rend off, just not enough.
Yeah, huge moment in the game there for Team Liquid. Forcing, but not overly so.
When you stand in front of a Sej like this, you got to expect to get ulted in the face.
Again, IWillDominate sells out for that one, but he knew the move blocks had already been used. This is the interesting part, actually. The fact that Kennen was not in there to punish the dive as it happened. Gamsu then tries to close on a Piglet, but he doesn't have the assistance of Diana, so they cannot do it, and Team Dignitas does not play the right kind of fight for them to have success. Since Azingy was the one caught, he could not participate in the diving of the Kalista, who honestly does not have protection in this team composition. The only protection Piglet has is the threat of the rest of his team. Therefore, if Team Dignitas flanks properly, absorbs the threat from Team Liquid, then they could kill Piglet and get a team fight win.
Yep. Simple things like that. As soon as they lose threat, Piglet is going to have a hard time in this fight. So it's all up to Team Liquid to keep that pressure on. And they do so by putting now a 5,500 gold lead between them and Dignitas. So this means control will obviously be on the up and up. Dominate's going to go ahead, grab top Scuttle Crab. So much damage, and Quas really isn't going to go down from this situation either. It's just Azingy again having to play babysitter role to the top side of Gamsu. He has had a tough game ever since that lane swap. Could see a little bit of action here in the bottom lane. It looks like Shiphtur is going to not go for that route, but this route...
He's got a 2-level disadvantage, so I don't think he'd win that fight. Even if Diana does have large amounts of upfront burst, Lissandra does as well. There's actually pretty substantial level advantages for 2 people on Team Liquid. Quas previously did have 2 levels on Gamsu. That should probably be level 14 to level 12 soon. And we just saw a 2-level advantage for FeniX that has now been 15 to 14. Those levels are quite important. It's anywhere between 407 gold per level up in stats, depending on the champion. And we're seeing it manifest here. Quas manhandles Gamsu.
Yeah, that's one of my least favorite things is when you fall behind on Kennen. Everybody can just take you down in it. You really can't provide much in a fight. With the Zanyas, hopefully the 5v5 becomes more prevalent for him and the team engages. But as of right now, Quas is just doing his work in the top lane.
Quite a turnaround from Saturday for Team Liquid as well. They looked pretty abysmal in that loss to Winterfox. And Team Dignitas defeated the red-hot Team Impulse. So honestly, a lot of Team Liquid fans feared that Team Dignitas was actually the better team looking at Saturday's games, but that is not looking like the case here on Sunday, just one day afterwards, with even more pressure on Team Liquid. It's a big time and very important time to step up. Quas has definitely done that, as well as the rest of Team Liquid so far, 25 minutes in.
Quas has been getting very big. He has finished his Triforce. Also a needlessly large rod on top of the Morello and the Abyssal Scepter. Luden's Echo coming out for Shiphtur.
I really like Luden's Echo as a first or second item on people that are looking for a little bit of extra burst. People underrate the 100 base damage it gives and the move speed that Diana will benefit from in trying to get in range for the dashes. If he's just looking to assassinate one target at this point in the game, that's what he needs.
That's some sweet synergy too with the Diana passive every 3 hits.
Yeah.
So you're getting a lot of burst there.
There's also the danger, since he did not go for Zanya's, that he will just get blown up.
That's true.
When he goes
Definitely
in,
an item we've seen on Diana.
It's an aggressive build, that's for sure. Abyssal Zanya's is the normal Diana build.
Right. So the Righteous Glory now finished up for Xpecial here, giving himself some more options even when that flash is down. And we've seen the initiations from Team Liquid cannot be contested here.
Yeah, I mean, after the turret kills Team Liquid got, this game is really looking like a snowballed affair. Almost 8,000 gold, 3 dragons to 0, total map control, bullying off of other objectives. This is the right time to go for Baron, actually, but if a steal would come in, Quas would need to react, and Team Liquid would need to turn. This is not something Team Liquid wants to trade for. And Azingy sees them, so Team Liquid has to go.
Oh, Righteous Glory goes down, pops the Randuin's effect, and that is going to be Dignitas' health bars popped as well. Azingy tries to go in. Gamsu, one last ditch effort coming in with Shiphtur. That's a lot of AoE damage, but not enough damage to finalize the members of Team Liquid. That's Dignitas going down. The ace, well, only losing Xpecial for Team Liquid.
Wow, and it's because they hit first right there.
Always.
Completely selling out for that fight. And you saw how close it was going to be when Team Dignitas came in on the backside. Gamsu plus Shiphtur nearly took out Team Liquid, but it wasn't enough. Too many people on Team Dignitas had died, and Team Liquid makes the play that gives them a resounding lead in this game.
Looks like it could be Team Liquid playing Gravity or Team 8 here with this play.
Yeah, I mean,
see the Baron
they see Azingy, they don't care. See hero, kill hero at this point. Oh, it's Xpecial. Beautiful initiation.
Yep.
It wasn't even Azingy. They kill the AD carry and support immediately, which is good, because look at how much damage Shiphtur and Gamsu do here. The Ludens plus the Kennen plus the Diana, they nearly burst out 3 people. Imagine
with
a world
members
where Sivir gets like 2 auto attacks off with Ricochet. 3 people on Team Liquid die.
Yeah.
But because Xpecial got the perfect flash tibbers, which was perfectly followed up by FeniX, that was not the world we live in, and Team Liquid looks to be winning this game.
They didn't expect that. I was thinking if he has flash down, Righteous Glory helps to get in range after, but complemented, man, that's just something you can't get away from altogether. 3-0 in Dragons. Team Liquid, pretty textbook after the early part of this game, getting what they want when they want it, and they have extended that gold lead quite a bit. 51,000 now to just about 40K.
Yeah, I have to call back to Champion Select here as well. When Team Liquid picked Annie so early in the draft, denying KiWiKid his best champion, using it against him. KiWiKid was so happy to have Annie last game. And Xpecial had a bad Annie game on Saturday, but to have the confidence to go back to that yet again and use it as a value pick, using a pick almost as a ban against Team Dignitas, and still getting value out of the pick.
That's a good point.
Very, very crucial.
Knowing that value, very crucial as well. It's going to deny Dig.
Get the turn.
Quas gonna take this one down by himself, have a little party solo with these minions, and he can still keep going. Spirit of the Dread's gonna help him heal back up as well, just a little bit there. No Spirit Visage for him just yet. He actually went for the Banshee's Veil in this game to make sure he could keep going through the fight and not receive, really not much lockdown, but not take any of it.
I mean, Banshee's Veil is tremendously better at dealing with burst or just reducing overall magic damage. Oh, that's a very critical hook, though. Team Liquid might want to disengage. They do not disengage. They engage.
Yeah, they want to keep going. There's the Zhonya's after the Glacial Prison as well, rather. Or Glacial Tomb, I should say. Frozen Tomb. It's one of those. There's a lot of ice flying around.
Oh, man. They get a 2 for 0. FeniX ulting himself, and then Team Liquid having the gall to just continue to fight.
I thought it was going to be a back out immediately.
I mean, that's what happens with a 15,000 gold lead. Even if you catch a guy with a hook.
You can make mistakes.
You can make mistakes and get away with it.
So Team Liquid, it looked like they are in a position to rinse and repeat here. Nothing is really stopping them from getting into the turrets. That was not the most optimal fight, but one of the better ones that Dignitas is going to find, and they couldn't get much off of it under their turret. Waves are getting pushed out to give them a little bit of breathing room, but we have 11 seconds onto Dragon. That'll be number 4. If they do get to number 6, Dig's going to have to walk outside the base to contest it. Or 5, rather. In 6 minutes.
You weren't wrong. If they get number 6, Dignitas will have to walk out of the base to defend it.
So it looks like KiWiKid will watch for the time.
They're going to try the steal again. This is actually a pretty safe steal.
He is there for the lantern.
Zach can jump from a mile away. They lantern it in.
Too soon.
Kalista had a lot of stacks on that thing. Good execute there by Piglet. Yeah, this is looking great for Team Liquid. This just adds even more importance to our next game of the day as well. When Gravity plays Team 8, because the winner of that will be in the playoffs. The loser of that will be in a tiebreaker with Team Liquid, assuming the Team Liquid can finish this game off against Team Dignitas.
Puts them at 9-9. And that's where one of Gravity or Team 8 will be after their matchup. Right now, I wouldn't want to be either of those guys facing Team Liquid.
Last-ditch effort from Team Dignitas would be a flank by Azingy.
Whoa!
No, he didn't want to do it. They weren't in position. He bailed. Azingy bailed.
Gives him the peekaboo, and he just flies right out. That's good, though. He lives to fight another day. That's exactly what Dignitas really needs in this situation. The mid lane pushed up for them, so they do get to focus here and just one person on the split push, so they're not spread too thin. But even not having all 5 members, I think, is bad against this Team Liquid team.
Azingy goes!
There he goes!
Hecarim.
That's a nice left bounce. The party's on. Frozen Tomb goes out, dealing a lot of AoE damage to Dignitas, and it looks like while it's cold, they are just melting under the pressure. Quas goes in for Shiphtur. He can't do much. Quas still has the ultimate.
Yeah, Quas was not a part of that fight. He based, charged his home guards up to teleport in, but Team Liquid had such a lead. They have such a powerful team fighting, team composition.
They know they're ahead.
Looks like they're going to be locking themselves into that tiebreaker game at the end of the day.
Looks like they will indeed, coming out strong to end the split with that game, with that tiebreaker against Gravity or Team 8. It's going to be Team Liquid taking down Team Dignitas.
The most important game of the season was just completed for Team Liquid, setting up an even more important game for them. A best of 1 to see if they actually make the playoffs. Coming into the year, you'd think that a 9-9 schedule in a 9-9 standing in a 10-team lead would be enough for 6th place. But that is not the case in the North American LCS, the way it all played out.
So Dignitas 6-12 in the spring split as they end this one out. Regardless of the score, there were a lot of changes in there, more than some other teams, taking out Crumbs, who was pretty, you could say, Dignitas for quite some time. The last one on the team, yeah. And they still managed to get some good wins. Unfortunately, not putting them in that spot to play against the tiebreaker.
A season of adversity for Team Dignitas lands them in 9th place, but there was still some resurgence at the end of the year for Team Dignitas. Better early game.
Smiles there.
For sure. Can take some confidence into that promotion tournament. But the real story here is Team Liquid holding on. They've had such a difficult season themselves. And if they can win that tiebreaker game, they will play against either Teammate or Gravity at the end of the day. They're in the playoffs, and none of that struggle would matter. It would only be about the future.
Right. Turmoil for them as well. We talked about Dig's changes. These guys changing back and forth as well at the AD carry position, settling on Piglet in the end. And, you know, they said things were coming together, and it does seem to be that way.
Yep, Peter picking a very powerful team composition for Team Liquid as well.
That as well, yeah, to pick some bans.
Yeah, being able to get the Sejuani with the late pick, taking Hecarim and Annie away from Team Dignitas with the first few picks. A very targeted strategy that both played off the strengths of Dignitas to make them weaker and also played to the strengths of Team Liquid.
Yep.
Now the question will be, does he have plans for both Gravity and Teammate that are the same?
That's right.
And that's the difficult thing when you're in here. So often these guys practice for one game per
day. A whole season of that.
Yeah, and now with a tiebreaker at the very end, they have a short turnaround time to figure that out.
Well, I'm sure they will be watching, definitely doing everything that makes them feel comfortable for that game. And Team Liquid do find themselves to win here on the last day of the spring split for themselves. We still have 2 more games to go, plus some tiebreakers now that we are guaranteed.
From a hype perspective, wouldn't it be something if Gravity ends up losing a Teammate and Gravity plays Team Liquid for the final playoff spot? The Curse Academy team against the old Curse team, Team Liquid versus Gravity.
That would probably happen.
It's still pretty hype.
Teammate's been looking pretty good.
Even if it's Teammate.
We've seen Teammate kind of not falter back, but go back to that tank and whatnot style of play. Maybe not. Maybe they have to just go a little bit more crazy and let Cali roam free.
Yeah, and there's only 4 playoff possibilities for tiebreakers now. If CLG loses to Team Impulse, we will get 2 tiebreakers. If CLG wins, we will just get the 1 tiebreaker. But those are all really important games because we're now the 2 possible tiebreakers are fighting over the 6th place spot to get into the playoffs or the 2nd place spot to get a bye in the playoffs. 2 hugely important things.
Definitely going to put a lot of pressure on every game as we finish out the day. For more on Team Liquid's win, however, we're going to send it over to